What's happening, everybody? Furious Pete, Furious Talks, got a question the other day about Ramadan. Question is how do you maintain muscle mass and maintain your gains during Ramadan? This fan was very concerned about all of this. If you don't know what it is, so Muslims for 30 days every year do fasting when the sun is out. So from after sundown they can eat, but during that fasting period they can't even have water. So I was going to compare all of this to intermittent fasting, IF, sorry, and in which you only eat once a day, but you can have fluid throughout the day. And in this situation, you can't. So things become a lot more difficult. A body can, survive with no food for quite some time, but with no fluid, things become a lot more difficult. I find it a lot more difficult to function on a daily basis without proper fluid intake, especially when it gets hot outside. But the key here is you're going to be fine if you don't drink all day, and then if you don't eat all day. You're not going to necessarily lose gains during that 30-day period if you eat the right foods after sundown. So what you need to focus on is, obviously when you start eating, you're really, really hungry normally, especially the first few days into this fasting. You're probably starving going into your feasting, and so you're going to eat anything you really put your eyes on, right? So you're going to have the seafood diet. But what you need to focus on is, before you're done eating for the day, is to focus before you're actually done eating for the day, is to eat foods that have a very slow digestion to them. Slow digesting proteins, so that when you do fast the next day, you still have food within you, you still have food digesting in you, and therefore you'll be able to actually maintain that muscle mass much more easily. So some good foods, some caseins. So caseins are in cottage cheese, in cheeses, in milk, in yogurts, and so on. So you want to eat foods from that. Some eggs are awesome sources that you probably don't want to have at the end of the day. Some whey protein isolates and concentrates, you don't eat that. You want to focus on whole foods at this point, because you want foods to actually, whey protein is great and all after a workout, but it's not really beneficial if it's supposed to keep you full, keep you satisfied, and keep your muscles fed for the next day to come when you are fasting. So you want to make sure that you have foods in your body for that period of time. Along with all those proteins, you can still eat chicken. That still takes some time to digest. Steaks, and many other lean sources of protein. When you are combining other foods with all of this, I just highly recommend some really good fat sources. So fat sources tend to digest very slowly within the body, and they actually can prolong the digestion of protein. So you have your avocados, you have your olive oils, you have all your nuts, all those, peanuts, peanut butter, all of that, very, very, very good to incorporate with those meals. As far as carbohydrates are concerned, you can have whatever you really want. I mean, it'll definitely provide, if for example you lift in the morning the next day, having carbohydrates the night before, like pasta or rice, are definitely going to fuel you for that workout in the morning. However, they aren't necessarily going to last within your system until the very next feasting period after the day's fast. Those are my thoughts on it. I don't think you're going to lose muscle mass over 30 days. It's a very, at the end of the day, you're still eating every single day. Make sure that during that actual time of feasting, also that your fluid intake is pretty damn high. You want to make sure that your fluids, well, basically when you're not drinking all day, your body becomes dehydrated. So make sure you are definitely chugging that water down, definitely getting those fluids down, so that you are as much as you can be hydrated for the next day. Anyways, I've never done fasting for 30 days. I've generally, well, I eat for a living, so that is just, I guess, my my thoughts on all of this. So I hope that I actually helped answer this question. I'm not sure if I 100% did. I hope that I understood, you know, everything that goes along with Ramadan, with, you know, the no drinking, no eating during the day. I'm pretty sure you can eat as much as you want at night. So I'm pretty sure those are the rules. Correct me if I'm wrong. Catch you guys next time. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. These tanks will be available Thursday along with many other cool items. FuriousPeak.com. Team Furious. Stay dedicated for life, my friends. And of course, my arms are flailing like crazy today. Stay sexy, stay hungry, and of course, get laid. Bam! This is my typical cutting food. It is, I guess a lot of people always ask me, hey, you tend to bulk up easily. You know how to eat and all that stuff. But then,